Welcome to a special edition of Message from the Street. Today's topic is a little different than anything that I have done in the past, yet I think this is a very important topic and a necessary issue for Americans, whatever your nationality may be, to wrap your mind around it. And this is the China Report. Now, just a week or so ago, China, they launched a hypersonic missile which has baffled the minds of governments around the world. They denied that they possess such a weapon or technology. And I've been looking at the society of China through various sources, and I have seen that there is a type of progression going on with technology. They got more video cameras surveilling their citizens. They have the most controlled government society that I know of, that I have been informed about on the planet. And the people of China, many of them are in alliance with this government dictatorship, and it seems like it's a cruel, unusual type of operation. Now, before I go into it, the Chinese people is known to have a long heritage of honor in their predecessors, their ancestors, and the way of their culture. They are very culturally respectful to their culture, and this is bringing in alliance. And the government has taken on the perspective that by honoring the government, they're honoring the culture of their ancestors. That some of the legends or mythologies about China, they link themselves back to, particular type of gods, the dragon, and that is who American citizens need to be aware of. It's not your so-called former slaves or the slave masters, the so-called whites or the blacks or the immigrants or the so-called immigrants migrating from, the Latin countries. No, that is a distraction. Americans need to be paying attention to China and what's going on with the American economy and the whole system of America. America is being dismantled systematically by individuals that see that it is beneficial for America to no longer exist in the form that it exists now. And what that would take for the collapsing of the economy. So they want to collapse the economy, America fall, go into ruins. I know some people might say, man, that ain't going to never happen. But you say that because you don't know the timeline of world powers: Egypt, Babylon, Persia, Greece, Rome. They came, they no longer exist in the form of their former glory. They still exist, but they're not the superpowers on the planet as they once was. Now, America is going through the process of being dissolved because of the moral corruption, the political corruption, the religious corruption, and the agreement by the people to participate. Don't call these things out on a large enough scale to make a change. So we're letting a system dealing with an AI, artificial intelligence, that has been programmed by the founding fathers and individuals that came after them that had a particular idea and a particular direction they wanted the country to go in. That program is no good, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't have the long-term vision as the individuals that put it out there, that the Congress people are in constant following, as much as they can. That program or that system is no good. America need a reboot, and they need a reboot with inside of these borders before China make their move to become the dominated economical force on the planet. Some of you may think that that's not going to happen, but we got to pay attention. The dollar bill has fallen, and is on life support. The dollar bill is on life support from the Federal Reserve. The United States don't even own the money. We are getting the money from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is, the big heads, Rothschild, Bilderberg, Rockefellers, all the big heads, the people that got the money. They say the 13 families that is really in control of the destiny of the citizens of the planet. This planet hasn't been given to no elite class, no blue bloods. It has been given to humanity, and it's humanity's responsibility to stand up and fight for what is right in the ways of correction and correct operation. If you think that any government on this planet at this particular hour is in best the interest of the people, you deceive yourself. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid. You haven't been studying. You haven't been paying attention. You are asleep within your pod, within the matrix, within inside of yourself. You need to wake up. You need to take the red pill. Wake up. See the world for what it is. And stop looking at people sideways, because it's not the people. It is actually the system. And these people, our government officials, I'm going to speak about in America, they're being ran by artificial intelligence. I know it sounds crazy, but it's when you really look at it, why are certain things being pushed the way they are being pushed, and without no signs of they're gonna make any deterrence, even though information and evidence have come up to show that some of the things that they're doing is totally incorrect. It is not what they said it was, but they still pushing. They still pushing. People got to take a stand, and we must boycott. We must boycott everything. Stop going to work. Stop giving our energy towards our demise as a society, as humanity. Once again, take your eyes off the Native Americans, the so-called black man, the white man, the Asian people that was in this country, Europeans. Not the enemy. That's only the distraction. The enemy that is coming to threaten the way of life in the United States is coming from overseas, and it's the dragon. It's the dragon of China. And if you don't believe me, just pay attention. Where is all of the resources in the United States coming from? I order a lot from Amazon. I look at all these packages. Amazon got this stuff in their warehouse, but where did it come from? China. China is the economical giant on this planet. Only thing America's doing, which they're not going to be able to do no more, is bullying people because of their military might. The military might of the United States is no match for what they're doing over there in China. You know why? Because the United States has suppressed possible, intelligent scientists from different nationalities because of finances. You got some geniuses out here that'll never have a chance to contribute to society because they've been oppressed and suppressed because of their economical status. They can't get into these big schools. And the United States need to do something. They need to do something fast. They need to make a change. They need to make an adjustment. Start educating the people. It's only common sense that when you start educating people, people started to learn how to operate within the system. The society itself going to become better. Why? Because ignorance has been dissolved. But what's going on? We got so many people in ignorance that they are participating willingly in criminal activities, fighting against the Constitution, fighting against everything because they see the reflection of criminals within our government. I said it, criminals within the government, from the White House down to the lowest level of the government. And these big heads are programming us to be enemies against one another. We got the V's against the un-V's. We got the R's against the D's. We got the B's against the Reds. We got the hood over here against that hood over there. We got the nationality over here against all separation, all trick bag. Man, we got to wake up and get up and stay up. 100, self-improvement is a way of life. Mental elevation is a way of life. And if we don't get it right, we're going down. Man, I bring you this message in love. And I bring you this message in peace. This is part 1 of my series that I'm going to do on China, because this is a very serious issue and it needs to be addressed, and we need to become aware of it. Peace and goodwill to all humanity.